Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hidden Brick, where today we're going to build this LEGO Star Wars Rancor pit set. This is set number 75005, 380 pieces, 3 minifigures, and the giant Rancor. There we go. So this is basically the bottom portion that goes with Jabba's palace. So I have that set. We just need to build this, put it together, and you'll have this whole place seen. Might help if I use the blade side. Alright, so what do we have in here? We have the screaming kid looking at us. He just stepped on a Lego brick. That's why he's screaming. We have an unnumbered bag. There's the Rancor in his own little bag. The bag number 1, the bag number 3, the bag number 2, and a bag number 4. We'll go ahead and start with bag 1. It has some minifigure pieces in there. Go ahead and get those out. Another brick separator I can add to my collection. Small bag that was in the big bag, and it has some minifigure pieces in there. Not many. Alright, so first off we have Luke. There's Luke, and this scene depicts where Luke falls into the Rancor pit. So of course, spoiler alert, he defeats the Rancor with shoving the bone in the mouth and then trapping him in the gate. And then we have one of the Gamorrean guards, which are really cool little kind of human pig type creatures, but the detailing on the minifigures is really top notch. So that's the second minifigure. Next, we're going to go ahead and build the Rancor. So he has a bag all by himself because he's got this giant pre-assembled body piece. It looks like it's a couple pieces. You can see like a little seam that goes through here, and then you can see a seam going through the middle of the body. So it's a couple molded pieces that are pre-assembled with these little I guess you would call them bionicle click hinge pieces. So all the other pieces are in here. Pull that out. The first part is the jaw. It gets snapped together right there. And then we have the 2 arms, and you can see that's just basically one of those Technic pieces within the little click pieces in there. We'll put both of those arms in there. Then we're going to make the hands. Looks like there's 2 of them. So you basically have these pre-molded little finger knuckle pieces. And then these dark sand colored. I don't know the official color name of them, but they're not the light sand color, but the darker one. Basically make up the claws. That's one hand. See, it connects on there. It's pretty cool. And then the next one is basically this exact same thing. Both hands are identical. And these little rubbery claw things are not my favorite pieces at all because they're extremely hard for me to slide in those little holes. So I don't really care for them too much. But there you go, there's the Rancor. So if that's what you're here to see, you're done. Thanks for watching. See you next time. If not, then let's get building with the Rancor bit. Alright, I'm gonna adjust this slightly. There we go. Move those figures to the side. Alright. There we go. So I have a hinge brick. 2x3 light bluish gray brick. One of these little profile bricks. A couple 1x3s. Alright, so this is basically where the gate piece is going to come down. So that's kind of what we're building, is just stacking some bricks, building a little gate thing. So we're continuing to use a lot of the bricks that we're seeing in the Jabba's palace. So there's a lot of these 2x2 by, looks like 4 sloped bricks. A couple bricks with slots in them to guide that rail down. Can't recall ever seeing a 1x2 with a little slot in the middle. Maybe this is just the first time I've gotten some. I've seen these tall ones plenty of times, and I've seen the 2x2 with the 4 slots. But this 1x2 is a new piece to me. I'll have to look that up, or maybe someone will put it in the comments where it first showed up. Tall already. So it's basically alternating a lot of colors. It's supposed to look like it's a lot of stone and big masonry blocks that are semi-underground. There's a lot of different colors. They're all earth tone colored, so it makes it look like some sort of natural rock. Got some big arches here. That's gonna form the main access archway. Plate going across. These taller bricks. Inadvertently missed a step. I was just adding 4 of these corner bricks. I need to watch what I'm doing. Every time I put a piece on, I'm looking at the instructions again instead of looking what I'm doing. Trying to get a step ahead of myself. We got a little Technic axle connectors here. This will probably be what opens and closes the gate. Okay. Time to pull out some pieces from this big unnumbered bag. So the unnumbered bag is basically all the large pieces that were too big to fit in each individual bag. I mean, I think they could have fit in there. They just felt it easier in the packaging process to put them separate, which is okay. It doesn't bother me. If anything, I'd love to see some sets with unnumbered bags, like large sets with unnumbered bags. See our large gate slides in there, and you can push that thing into it and it'll stop it, and then you can release it, it'll fall down. And we have little accessory pieces on the side. We have a pitchfork. We have a key. Because, you know, if you lock the dungeon, you need to know where the key is. So why not put it right next to it? And we have a little bucket or pail, some sort of something. Goes right there. And we have a chain piece. Let's see it being used in anything. Maybe we'll use it in the second book. And lastly, we have this little button here. The button is what you push to drop the gate. So that completes bag number 1. So we have this little chain, which we're gonna, maybe it goes on the Rancor. Did I miss that part? Oh, yep. So that goes over here. He has this little printed cuff around his arm. It's only around 1, but that's where that chain goes. All right, that finishes bag 1. Just have a couple little extra pieces left. One is that extra key, and then just small stuff. So let's go ahead, jump into bag 2. It's a pretty small bag. There's not too much in it. We have a couple other figures to build in this little bag. We have the Keeper of the Rancor. This guy. Basically carries this little stick thing. So that's the Rancor Keeper. And then the next little piece we have is actually a former minifigure. This was a previous meal of the Rancors. We don't know who it was or why it saw its fate this way, but all that's left is some bones. We'll move those guys over. Next up, we're going to start building the base of the main pit, where they fall down into the Rancor pit. So we're really just building a lot of the foundation, because all of this is pretty much going to get covered up. Another little skeleton head. Open that up, we have some of these bone pieces go in there. We have a chicken leg in a box. Goes right there. Excuse me. And we have another key. There's a little hidden key in there. I don't know why they're keeping all the bones in there, but they are. Bring the gate part over, and this little hinge brick part connects right there. So you can see it opens up for playability, and then you can close it all up. Alright, last but not least, two 2x6 plates, and oops, sorry for hitting the camera. That completes bag 2. Now we're on to bag number 3. Move that over a bit. Here's bag 3. Some big rock panel pieces for and a small bag with small parts. Alright, so here we go. Got that in the wrong spot. It goes over there. 4 of these slopes. Alright, so once we start adding these big rocky elements, it usually builds up pretty quickly. Looks like we're building one kind of off by itself. Alright, it's a hinged one. Door frame in the middle. Close it. Hinge at the top. I have another one of these control buttons. Goes right down at the bottom. Alright, a couple torches for light. And that completes bag number 3. So we're down to our last bag. It's a pretty quick little build. Almost done. That's kind of where we're at so far. So, bag number 4. Final bag. There's a small bag and the big bag, as always. Well, not as always, but there typically is. Alright, next up. No minifigures, we're done with the minifigures. So let's open this back up. We're going to start with 2, 3, 4, and 4. top portion that we're building is what the Jabba's palace will be able to attach to. So I'm curious to see how this is all gonna line up. Some arches in. Those will probably help hold the structure from above. 2x4 bricks will tie those arches together. Single plate across each one. Surprisingly, it makes a pretty strong structure. Don't have to worry about it being too weak. Zoomed all the way out. May have to move the camera back if this gets too big. Alright, so we have the final hinge brick piece. It's going to connect the door. Alright, we'll go ahead and close it. Start finishing off the top of the door area. Alright, so we have these little sloped pieces. on each one of these 2x2 plates. It basically creates this little pyramid shape. Finish it off with a couple more tiles. And there we go. There is the Rancor pit. So now, let's see, the Rancor does fit in there. It's a tight fit, but he fits in there. There's the keeper. One of the guards. Rancor holding the guard. And we have Luke, who will fight off the Rancor with his giant bone. Alright, so I'm going to move back just a little bit. Move this up. And we're gonna get Jabba's palace over here. Let's see how they show it on the box. Show it like this. Here's the palace. And let's remove this portion. Alright, so they did leave, see under there they left these holes, these 2x2 holes, and they do line up perfectly with those pyramid shapes. So the way this plays out, and this palace is a mess, and actually Jabba is nowhere to be found. I think the last time I saw Jabba, the exosuit guy was holding him above his head. So Jabba's somewhere else, but anyway, he'd be sitting up there. Some of this out of the way. This would slide back. We would have a person. Let's put her over the trapdoor. The trapdoor would open, and into the pit they go. So that is it for the Rancor pit, with a little bonus Jabba's palace on there. So tell us what you think about this set. I think it's pretty cool. It would have been cool if it came with Jabba's palace, but it's cool that the two sets work together. So give me a like while you're down there, put in your comment, thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed to the Hidden Brick. All we do on this channel is build official Lego sets. So if this is your thing, this is definitely the place for you. So subscribe so you don't miss any more builds, and we will see you next time.